Hello, teachers. This is our first teaching tip of the year. I'm really excited to share with you this year some different music teaching tips and tricks. But it's not only me that will be sharing these tips and tricks. I want you to get involved. I know you have teaching tips and tricks that have worked really well for you and your students over the years, and we would really love to hear them. So please, you do have an opportunity to share. The teaching tips and tricks are they don't need to be anything big. They can be pretty simple. Just something to help us make teaching a little bit easier and fun and create light bulb moments for those students, because that's what we want. We want to create those light bulb moments. So our first teaching tip is something you might be aware of or you might not. When it's the new year, so every time my students return from their lessons after the new year, I want to focus on goals in some way. I think it's important to kind of give students a boost right away, so that's why I approach this on the very first lesson back. And what I like to do with my students is use SMART goals. So when you're setting SMART goals, SMART is an acronym. So it stands for S is specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, R is relevant. I also recently found a teacher that uses R for rewarding, so I'll talk about that in a little bit. T is for timely, and that smells smart. So I wanted to just kind of go through what I have my students think about when they're setting their SMART goals for the semester. So first, specific. This is the coming up with that goal and being detailed about the goal. What is the purpose of the goal? Why do you want to make this your goal? Are there any requirements that need to happen? Anything, basically setting clear goals, being as detailed as possible. The second one is measurable. So measurable, of course, is setting things like how often am I going to work on this goal? Do I need to track it in a particular way? Do I need to track it weekly, daily, monthly, that kind of thing? How will my progress be tracked? And then A is attainable. So you want to make sure that they're setting a realistic goal. It's good to have those stretch goals. That's great, but we need to make sure that they're realistic, that they will be able to accomplish it, especially if it's a goal that you want them to accomplish in a certain amount of time, like the spring semester or whatever, or during the year. So some goals might be good for that semester and other goals might be good for a year. So making sure that it is attainable, and how are you going to make it attainable? R, relevant, is that goal helping you with what you're trying to achieve in your lessons? Does the purpose come together? Is it appropriate with what you want to accomplish with your music? If you're going to use R as rewarding, that could be a couple different things. You can have them work towards something, a reward of some kind. If they're doing some kind of, maybe you're doing an incentive program that year and the reward is completing that program and getting a trophy or a medal or whatever it is. Maybe it's a personal reward that they want to do, or maybe they have little rewards along the way as they complete steps. They're just personal little rewards about as they complete things. They can take a break from practice or whatever it might be. And then T, timely, when are they going to do this? So setting that deadline. They might, and timely and measurable actually really kind of go hand in hand, but measurable is tracking that progress, and then timely is more of a deadline thing. They might have several goals and short deadlines, or they might have that semester goal where at the end of the semester they'll be able to do this. They'll be able to accomplish the goal. So I think SMART goals are really smart to have students work on, and it just helps them kind of be aware. And then along with goals is reflection, and that is going to come in teaching tip number 2. I'll talk a little bit more about reflection Now it's your turn. What is your teaching tip and trick? I would love to hear. So just click on the link that's in the description, fill out the form, and I will feature your teaching tip and trick. Looking forward to hearing it, and happy teaching.